when you're in that void, in that pit, in that I don't know what to do, get out of my way and let God come in and tell me what to do, that's all you got. And I'm here to say to you that our story, the story of Palm Sunday, says no, it's not all you got. You may feel that it's all you got, but what you got is the activity of Holy Spirit working in and through you at all times. And in those times, this is what I offer up, that you simply can't believe that. You don't see it and you don't feel it. Then you find someone, and I'll raise my hand, who will hold the watch for you, who will support you, who believes that you have everything that you need within you in order to move forward in the journey of life. And this Holy Week really brings up close and personal some of those times when we feel like we simply cannot move forward. And then we receive the courage, the wherewithal, from wherever it comes, whenever it comes, and it always comes, and we move forward one step at a time. This particular story of Palm Sunday to Easter Sunday is our story. They call it the Jesus story. And I say it is our story. It's every man's story. It's the story of being very excited when you first know something. How many of you, when you first came into Unity, said, I'm home. This is the best thing since sliced bread. And I'm so happy I found it. It resonates with me. I didn't know this. Even as a kid, I knew something, and this seemed to be it for me. And you get filled up, and you get excited, and you have a hosanna. I've been saved. I honestly have a theology and a faith that I could get really jazzed about. And then something comes along in life. Someone, something, some idea, some challenge. And the excitement starts to pale just a tad. Okay, yeah, all right, I'm working on it. Right, change your thinking, huh? Okay, Yeah, one presence, one power, okay. In all things? Maybe not. Maybe not today. So you see the challenges start to come. And then suddenly the hosanna gets a little bit dimmer. But we know because of this theology, these teachings, that there is a bright spot. There's going to be a resurrection. But we forget, my friends, there has to be a crucifixion. And the crucifixion, and I know some of us, that's a real buzzword. Crucifixion. The thought. The crucifixion is in simply you saying, I cross out my old way of thinking and being. I cross out who does not serve me. And some of you were saying, but I thought we were all children of God, we're all connected. Yes, of course we are. But some of us don't serve each other very well. And when you say, I'm pulling out of that particular aura of energy, you are saying to yourself, I'm crossing out a way of being that no longer serves me. And I come up higher in consciousness. I am resurrected through that new way of thinking. What this Holy Week does is it sets us up for a new way of being, a new order. Jerusalem represents the peace, the absolute peace of knowing the Christ, of being and living in the Christ all the time. And we know that we are on the road to Jerusalem, but that road has a lot of different challenges in that particular road. And I share with you kind of funny, although I'm not very happy with myself. When I come down to church, I come over Key Bridge, I go up 35th, I get on Wisconsin, and I have known every pothole known to man. And I'm sharing that with you because when I'm doing this around these potholes, not that I'm a stranger to potholes, but I don't like them. Same thing in life. I'm not happy when I got a pothole in my life. I want to fill it up real fast. I don't want to look at it, I don't want to drive over it, and I don't want to sink in it. And every time I do, I either allow myself to go down in the pothole, or I can simply say, and I'm not there yet, bless the pothole, I'm not there yet. I can simply say, the pothole is there. I'm willing to do the very best I can to move forward because I know that after that crucifixion on a very mundane level, I get to come here, and that, my friends, is resurrection. You see the point. As simple as it may sound, those potholes are everywhere in life. They're everywhere. They're in all phases of life. And how we choose to think about the pothole and what value we put on it and where we're going in our lives is our journey. It's the Jesus story. It's the Holy Week. And this week we get to explore it in depth day by day. The other thing that Jesus did among many was he went to the temple. He had the rabbis, Sadducees, chasing him about what he believed. What he saw at the temple he didn't care for, and he was angry. The rabbis pestered him with questions about, what do you believe? Tell us what you think is the best law. And Jesus did the marvelous, if any of you are familiar with this, he took the 10 Commandments and put them into 2. And the 2 are, you will love your God, and then you'll love everybody else as much as you love yourself. We know those 2 commandments. And then there was the fig tree, and I'm glossing over these. The fig tree, Jesus said to the disciples, please get me something to eat. I'm hungry. I hunger. Remember, from a metaphysical point of view, he's hungering for a higher expression of the Christ potential within himself, which he is headed for. The fig tree has no leaves. It's dry. It's barren. There's nothing on it, save the disciples. And Jesus said, oh, my friends, have you heard nothing? Have you not listened? The fig tree is full. Meaning, the creation, the ideas, the mind that we have is always full, even when we may feel we haven't got one more good idea about this particular subject. Yes, you do, because the Christ in you does, if you but turn to the Christ and are willing to take that to prayer. And as Jesus moved forward in the week, we get Monday, we get Tuesday. Wednesday, there's no real account of Wednesday, but here's Sandy's account of Wednesday. Wednesday is Sabbath. Didn't we talk about Sabbath not too long ago, a couple weeks ago? Yes, Sabbath. It's when we rest. It's when we know to take a moment and stop. It doesn't mean maybe after I finish the emails, maybe when I write the next friend. No, it's stop. It's cease and desist now. And if you practice Sabbath in the way that you think, the way that you act, you will start to do that automatically. You will say to yourself, stop, cease and desist. I am coming from the Christ. I'm going to take it to prayer now. So that's Sandy's take on what happened on Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're going to talk about next week. And some of you will say, I don't want to do all that next week. I just want to have a wonderful resurrected Sunday. And we will, my friends, we will, because that is the promise. But we must take a look at the crucifixion. We must. It's very, very important. And what led up to that? What led up to that? Betrayal, shame, lack of self-esteem on some person's part. Judas, who hanged himself. 30 pieces of silver. There are many parts and potholes left to be gone through in the balance of the story. Because you see, once you have a crucifixion and then a resurrection, you've given yourself the opportunity to yet again have another crucifixion and another resurrection. That's the story. That's the Jesus story. It's knowing that we can overcome. And it is in that overcoming that we do shout, Hosanna! Thanks be to God. I am truly saved. God bless you.